Yeah, so basically I'm just making this video because I've been bored recently and I want to start some shit. So what you'll see here is my flash attempt at Squaminator, V12 in Squamish, although Canadians call it V11.
Come on, Tristan.
Oh no!
Yes!
Oh, as you probably noticed, I dabbed on the last move. My feet came off and I kicked that rock behind me. Personally, I don't think the dab was quite that bad. I kicked it. I definitely wasn't going to come off if I hadn't touched the rock before, so it didn't really help me do anything. Brian, who you saw in the background walking down the hill, saw it and definitely didn't think it did count.
Almost.
I went back later and repeated the climb without dabbing, but honestly, I still took it as a flash.
Come on, Justin. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Nice.
Super strong.
So my question is really, where do we draw the line on dabs counting versus not counting? Because I think some people will say any touching anything besides the rock at all doesn't count whatsoever. And I also think that people maybe have different criteria that they use for different people. Maybe the ones they use for themselves are a bit more liberal, and maybe the ones they use for what they see other people post on social media could be a bit more stringent.
Wow. Oh fuck, hab ich gedreht? I don't know.
It's a tree. Das steigert mal aus.
Here we've got Yannick Flo on the V1 top out of Dreamtime, V15, slightly kicking a tree on as he's mantling. I think you could actually make the argument that this hinders his ability to do the climb, but you see he's still on the verge of hopping off the climb. I think that's kind of ridiculous. I really think he didn't need to do that whatsoever, but he seemed conflicted.
Nice.
I don't think I even need to say anything about this one of Fanny. Obviously, it doesn't count. He clearly did not send the boulder. In no way does this count. I think that his send is completely invalidated, and everyone else there should have called him off the wall immediately. Should have stopped filming, called him off, pulled him off if necessary. I can't believe he took that. Absolutely ridiculous. And here we have Matt Fultz doing what is quite a minor dab on the pad on his FA send of this thing. Frankly, I think if he hadn't said anything in his comment, a lot of people wouldn't have noticed, but he did say something, and he kind of got really lit up in the comments. And he came back a couple months later with what is perhaps the greatest response I've ever seen to someone calling them out on a dab. So to reiterate, I'm pretty much going to take any dab that's up to and including 3 times my body weight on the pads. You guys can decide whether or not you think something like that counts, but either leave a comment below or make an angry post on Instagram and tag my sponsors in it if you disagree. Either way, make sure you're responding to someone with the opposite opinion, and please be as angry as possible. I'm really bored and want to see some drama.